we will get started today. One word for government business in September. Pop it into the chat. 33 people here. Let us know what you think. It is crunch time. We're going to be talking about the last 3 weeks, and we're also going to be looking forward a little bit because, well, that's only if you think the government's going to make it past October 1st. You think it will? I don't know. I think they might just shut down forever. Right, Todd?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's not going to, might as well just.
It's the ultimate it's the ultimate version of Doge, right?
Doge
government is a no government.
They're doging themselves. I love it. All right, let's get to know each other. How long you been in business? You're just starting out? You've been 20 years plus, maybe you're somewhere in between. And do you have any federal business now, as in direct federal grants or as a sub or teaming partner? Maybe that's why you're here, because you don't have business yet, which is great. Have you ever been to one of these sessions before? Let us know. Here's the hot seat questions for the panelists so that they know. Number one, what do you do so you don't miss a September opportunity? So we're classifying this a little bit differently because September is different. Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Teresa says busy. Sally says intense. And I can't see. Usman says annoying. Do you work for the government, Usman? Is that what it is?
I love it.
So
again, if you got here late, make sure you have the 2 on your chat set to everyone so everyone can see your answers.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. Good point, Todd. Thank you very much. Change your 2 in the chat to everyone. All right. And then number 2, how do you pick your September bid battles? Right? Because you're going to make some choices in September, what you're going to bid on, right, Denise B. Lawrence?
That's absolutely right.
Got that right. And then I have my bonus. I do this every year, the tips for the last 3 weeks. Cool? I love this. Rita says, difficult selling to the government, writing proposals suck. Hey, Denise, meet Rita. He agrees with me. Rita agrees with me. I hate writing proposals.
Yes, we've chatted. Hoping she's getting some help soon.
All right, there we go.
Yes.
Jay Talbot, some net sent me an email about this. I'm sure he did. All right, so that's what we got. Disclaimer, we're not affiliated with anybody. If you have any govies, you can talk with us because it's not an endorsement to buy from anybody, and the session's being recorded, and we don't do AI. You know why? Why do we do that, Todd?
Because we want people to be here.
That's right. Real people. We don't AI nothing. Right, Sally White?
That's absolutely 100% correct.
You know Sally White's legit because no AI would ever put that kind of stuff in the background.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, I think your job's pretty safe.
Oh, gosh.
All right, if you got questions, let us know. Raise your hand, put it in the chat. We love the feedback. If you think we're funny, you can say things. And if you don't like us, throw something at us. We love it.
Virtually try.
And so, we will. Oh, Nora is actually a lover of AI, but it doesn't take the place. I agree with that. Read the chat. All right, we're going to connect you with experts. The experts we have here today, we have Nora Bashor. She's brand new, spanking new at her new location at Deltec. So I don't know if you ever heard of these guys, but they happen to do some good stuff. And we like it when people do good things, right, Nora?
Yeah, and I'm still going to be focused on AI proposal, just at a different company. So,
yep,
kind of same old, but maybe new hat.
There you go.
All right.
And we have Denise B. Lawrence because there was another Denise Lawrence, so she had to do DeniseBLawrence.com. Denise helps with proposal writing, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. Todd Crane helps with CMMC. You got some news there, Todd. I want you to post that in there. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Sally White helps with LinkedIn as well as doing things with at events, right, Sally?
Absolutely correct. I help connect you to executives, influencers, decision makers at events and on LinkedIn as well as virtually. And yeah.
I love it.
Happy to be here. Thanks.
So we do shameless plugs for our sponsors and partners, and not the last, but not least, by any stretch of the imagination, is the one, the only, the Cuban Dr. Colonel Rafael Marrero.
At ease, Dave. At ease.
Like Jimmy Kimmel, we're all clapping for 12 hours.
All right.
Hey, guys. Good morning, everyone. Excited to be here, and we help you look the part, be the part, feel the part, so that you are procurement ready to be presented to the world's largest customer. We help you get your ducks in a row. We help you get all of your marketing materials in shape, tip-top shape, and also get ready to launch. So anything you need, whether it's a business card with your codes, all the way to your website and marketing materials, we do it all. We focus on strategic communications for business to government. That's our core bread and butter business.
Love it. And you know why we do shameless plugs for people like Rafael Marrero and Sally White and Todd Crane and Denise B. Lawrence and Nora Bashor and myself. I'm not going to leave myself out of there. I'm going to do shameless plugs for my stuff today. You know why? Because we can't do it alone.
That's right.
And we just can't. And that's why I love these folks. Thank you for joining me, everybody that's here today. You never, like I said, it's like Forrest Gump box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So why are we here? Because it's freaking September. That's why we're here. And what happens in September? What's different?
Everything is different.
Everything's different.
Yeah.
That's a fact. So we're going to be talking about that today a lot because September changes things. The session docs I just popped in there. Top one is there. You will find a whole bunch of things in there. You'll find the winnable opportunity matrix, which I love using. And Nora, you bring this up a lot of times in your sessions. So download it. It's part of this. You got a whole bunch of other free propaganda, right, Rafa?
Yeah, that's right.
Free. It's all free.
Free propaganda.
In there, you're gonna find a couple of reports, and I'm gonna say that you have the final spending report and a couple of other reports of where we are today. We're gonna talk about this because this is important of where we are. So I want you to talk just a couple minutes, bring you up to speed on this if you haven't seen it in a little bit. FPDS.gov, SAM.gov, both government systems. And this is broken down by the number of offers received. Okay, so up to 5 and 5 or more. And thumbs up if you want to be one of the 5 as opposed to be more than 5 in a competitive landscape. Anybody? Anybody out there? I agree. That's me. I want to be one of 5, right? So let's talk about why this is important. This is crazy. If you haven't seen this, this is crazy. So 81% of the contracts, I'm going to give this poll another 10 seconds for all the wallflowers to join and unite. But 81% of the contracts, 60% of the dollars, boop, boop, no competition. If you see not reported or won in FPDS reports, that's what they're talking about. This is unprecedented in 2024. Back in 2019, these were 36 and 39%, between 36 and 39% every year. Now look at this, 90% of the contracts, 93% of the dollars, shortlisted, ladies and gentlemen, also unprecedented. So when we're doing this, I want to talk about this right here. Because this is the difference between what hit SAM.gov. There was 143,000 and change that hit SAM.gov. That means 98%, that's 7.1 million, did not hit SAM.gov. And that includes GSA e-buy. And you might be thinking, what about since, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Donald Trump took over on 120. Shocking, Rafa. I know. I know. I know that's brand new news to everybody here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about this. Since 120, 78% of the contracts, 60% of the dollars, looks very similar. 87% of the contracts, 93% of the dollars shortlisted. And the delta between what hit SAM.gov versus what's out there right now is 3 million. Now, there's something that you might notice is that there's over 7 million contracts awarded last year. That means the government is a little bit behind last year. So first things first, did you know about the 98%? Now, a lot of people who've been here before, you probably know about this. And yes, you want some. Yes, you knew about it. And yes, you want some. Or maybe you knew you were missing something, but you didn't know it was 98%, but you still want some. And then, no, it's the first time you're hearing about this and you want some, or you didn't have any idea and you don't believe me, but you still want some. You might not believe me. And then if you want, and what do you want to compete for? So we're going to talk about that today a little bit. So the 98% now, this is a little bit different than what we normally do because the 11 months of the year, What are we preaching, Todd Crane?
We're preaching relationships.
Yep. And it's a planting and cultivating play, right? That means
Absolutely.
that we're planting seeds and we're growing things and we're cultivating them, right? So when's the best time to plant a tree? If you wanted to eat a peach today, when would you have had to plant a peach tree? Rafa, do you know?
A while back.
A while back.
Dang sure, yeah.
Like 5 years ago.
Yep.
So this is a longer term play than just September, but we're going to talk about how you can leverage September. But let me ask you this. When's the second best time to plant a tree? Anybody know? Put it in the chat. You'll win a free book. In fact, can I give away one of your books, Rafa?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to give, that's it. Right now, Tristan, Joseph, today, now, right now. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Right now, today is what we're talking about. So October to August, we're gonna be working the process that we always do, and I'm calling out Sam Radar because it does this process. That little caption that you see there: monitor, engage, build, influence, minimize the competition so you can get to a win. That's on your winnable opportunity matrix that's in the handouts. But we want to be paying attention and monitor activity. Real-time monitoring matters, and that's why we use Sam Radar. We'll talk a little bit about that today because it helps on the front end of getting to the 98% with your planting of seeds. It also helps you in monitoring today because we don't have time to engage and build relationships. You only have 22 freaking days left. There's not enough time, right, Sally? You're not going to be able to build relationships in 22 days, but you can watch the market and do it. So here's what we want. We have 15,000 opportunities, give or take, that's going to hit sam.gov. That's what we're going to be talking about. Another shameless plug today at 1 p.m. This is the wrong date.
Who's that guy?
I don't know who that is, but that's the wrong date. I know who the guy is, but I don't know what the date is. The date is actually September 9th, 2025. Can you tell I just hijacked my last year's presentation?
Yeah.
I just gave it away. So the other thing we're going to be talking about is two things today is last minute RFPs and P cards. P cards, anybody know what a P card is? You'll pop it in there. Let me know what a P card is. Anybody know what the limit of a P card is? Because we can talk about that too. That's a purchasing card. That's right, Calvin Marshall.
I know they're changing the amount, right?
The FAR changes are now. Right now, what's the limit? Anybody know?
It depends on the warrant. It depends on the warrant the officer has.
It doesn't. It's not the warrant. It's actually what is being bought. Now, it's services is $2,500 or $3,500.
Yeah.
And there it is. Tristan knows it's $10,000 right now. Does anybody know what the FAR is looking to change it to? Anybody know?
Nope.
Isn't it like 300,000?
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
David,
It says 25K. Nope, that's not it. That's a nice little increase. That's
Add a zero.
200%. Anybody know? 15? No, not 15K.
Add a zero.
What? Yep, that is add a zero to Tristan's number. Everybody see Tristan's number?
25,000 and 0 cents. Got it.
No, it's Tristan's number. 100K. That's
Keep
what
going.
they're looking to change it to. So P cards, not yet. So P cards are going to be restricted to 10,000 for this September, but we're hoping that we have the ability to do that. So I'm saying in next year. So maybe next year you join me and you see the fact that I didn't change my dates again. But you will see. All right, so I'm going to end this poll in 5, 4, 3, 2. Anybody want to answer that question? All right, let's share this out. Who doesn't believe me? Raise your hand. Stop, Rafa. Rafa's raising his hand. If you don't believe, somebody doesn't believe me. Who was it?
Virtual hand or your real hand or both?
Now, I know if anybody here doesn't believe me and they're on camera, I'm booting you off.
Uh-oh. You gonna take away my beat.
I believe every word you say.
No more,
right.
no more gov.
Nobody's fessing up to the fact that one person said they don't believe me, but they still want some. Anyway.
Show me the money.
Oh, Chris is very excited, by the way.
All right.
Show me the money.
There you go. So here we go. We're going to talk about this. We're also going to be talking about, as we're looking in the future, we're going to turn this over between now and our next session for selling to the government. We're going to hit year end, right? September 30th lands in the middle. There's two things that I want to say. FPDS, watching FPDS to see the awards are going to be critical. And the second thing is that ties right into that. And Nikita Van Kirk's going to be talking about bid and award protests. She has won these in a DIY way. She's not a lawyer, and she's winning bid and award protests. So she's going to be talking about what she's done. You can learn from her mistakes. And there you go. So real quick, a little bit about ISI Federal before we get into it. We created GovBrief to help you reach these folks. Been around since 2009. We want to help showcase you to folks in the federal government. Put this into your plan for next fiscal year. Because if you're reaching decision makers, you're planting those seeds. Everybody agree with that?
Yep.
Everybody agree with that? All right. Hot seat number one question. What do you do so you don't miss a September opportunity? Anybody want to go first? Who's up?
I mean, I'll take the low-hanging fruit.
All right, what's that?
Samradar.com.
I love that. So why do you need what does Sam Radar do? Do you want to see it? You guys want to see it and see what we're talking about there? I'll show you Sam Radar. Some of the things that came in today.
It shows you the money.
You went back to the PowerPoint.
I know I did because I opened the wrong thing.
It shows you the money, Dave.
It shows you where the money. So this is just the opportunities that hit today, and we see this. The reason why this is important is because you need to know as soon as possible. And why would you need to know as soon as possible when the offers are due tomorrow, or if you have sources sought with no set aside use? I love this. This is the second one I've seen. I'm going to talk about this today at 1 p.m. Talk about both of these. This is outrageously good. I'll tell you about the one yesterday, especially we had that was a sources sought. I want to show you that.
To answer your question, Dave, they're going to start having 24-hour or less turnarounds. And if you're behind the ball, if you don't find out about it until, the 23rd hour, you're
out. You can't even bid. Hang on, I'm going to find the one yesterday. This is here it is. A special notice, pre-solicitation. Here it is. Pre-solicitation with no set aside used. Right? We see this. Offers are due by 9/29. Denise, when is the solicit? If your pre-solicitation for looking for somebody to fill something, they're looking for people to fill this. Companies. When do you think the solicitation is going to drop?
10:01 a.m. on the 29th.
That's right. It's like boom, they're going to turn it around.
They got it. Wait, queued up.
And that's if they don't direct award based on
That's true.
That's
Very
right.
true.
They can also direct award. They could all and is it going to be put out on sam.gov?
No.
Probably not. They're going to just pick somebody from that. And oh, by the way, if you ever see this, super secret for everybody, setting up Denise's thing and my thing for today. If you ever see this with no set aside used, what is the one question you should ask the contracting officer?
We're throwing in chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat. Anybody want to put it in the chat? What's the one question you should ask a contracting officer if you see this come out like this? That's it, Tammy. Got it.
Yeah.
Ask,
Winner,
chicken dinner. Ask them to set it aside. That's exactly right. And Tammy, what is your risk of asking that question? What's the worst that can happen? Nothing. Why? Because no is already built into it. There is no set aside. It's already there. You already got no. You get so anyway. There you go. That's one of the reasons why if you're seeing these things, because this number happens to be pretty big, but you can take a look at some of these other ones. Oh, this one came out yesterday. No, came out yesterday, and it was due yesterday. How you like that? And here's one for sole source for solicitation that's due on 9/11. So
3
there you
days.
go. All right. So that was, I agree with all you folks. Appreciate that. So what, Sally White, so you don't miss an opportunity in September. What do you do? And you can say Sam Radar again. That's fine.
Same radar, same radar, same radar.
Okay. Is that what you're thinking?
It is what I'm thinking because I want to be able to understand information and add value and be able to connect with who I can connect. So there is a little bit of time. We can't develop full relationships, but I can kind of reach out and I can be aware. And there is money coming in and some proposals and some RFPs and some final money coming.
Love it.
Yeah, you become a human scrolling machine if you really want to
Exactly.
hit this. You're just watching, right?
Watching, be
Watching,
aware, be
watching.
ready. And the other thing I would do is I would have a consultation, like I've had several of Equitable clients, reach out to Dave, have a consultation with Dave and Rob, and they're being very helpful in coming up what you can do. Emails, spreadsheets, like they ran a spreadsheet for one of my clients. It had all of the primes and all the government contracts, and we're calling them now and say, gosh, we know that there's some, anyway, so get with Dave in a consultative fashion, and he can help.
Yeah.
Love it. So
Hey, Dave, I got a question.
go ahead.
Do you think someone would put out that no set aside because they are that desperate? They want to make sure they're not limiting themselves? That could be a reason behind that.
Could be. You never know, right? So the only way you're going to know is ask.
But that's
That's
why
it.
that's why it's so important to go talk to them, because
Exactly.
a lot of times they don't know if you have if we're SDVOSB, we can go talk. Hey, why don't you put this as SDVOSB? Now they know that there's at least one bidder
Correct.
that can bid on the set aside, and that's part of their job is to get certain amounts of set asides in dollar amounts or contracts, and so it helps their job too, their job numbers.
There you go. And they're
That's
all
it.
going to be justifying their job.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Are we? Yeah. Am I not showing the screen?
Yeah, it says hot-
I see your screen.
Okay.
Hot seat question
All right,
one.
cool. All right. So, how do we get an attendee list with emails so new people can get to know? You talking about this, Richard? This session? I don't do that.
Richard is new, he said.
But I appreciate your
Welcome,
question.
Richard.
Welcome. Yes.
So there's no harm in asking,
Yeah.
right, Richard? No harm in asking. But I tell you what you can do. Everybody that's on Sam Radar, here's what does happen. On Mondays, we have Monday roundtables with Sam Radar members, anybody that's come to briefings and things like that. And there we share all of our information. That's positively what we do, Richard.
Yeah, this is more of just a public kind of information session.
Yeah.
Whereas, the roundtable are people that are serious about doing business with the government.
Yeah.
People that are investing in their future and so on, so forth.
And oh, by the way, just to throw that out as what we're talking about here. Oops, let me put it up here again. Sam Radar. There we go.
The roundtable is real. We did what, $440 million just amongst the people in roundtable last year.
Yep. And to show you the importance of this, if you want a 10x guarantee, so our commitment is to provide the smart tool, templates, real live support, networking. Networking is part of that. So if you go here to look at what you have to do in order to get your 1,000% guarantee, that means 10 times what you invest in Sam Radar. You have to obviously subscribe, but this is the second one. Participate in the Monday roundtables at least once a month.
Yep.
And we have somebody here that called me out for sending emails. Jay Talbot, he's there twice a week most of the time.
Yeah.
Right? Because we do one on 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Yep.
That's where you can gain advantage of that. So I agree. I love that question. So Rafa, any last minute things for what do you do to not miss a September opportunity?
Well, sorry. Hey, Dave?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, good. I thought I was muted. Sorry. Yeah, so part of what we like to do is we want to make sure, number one, people tend to just ignore their basics at times, and they don't look at their SAM profile. They don't look at missing NAICS codes. They don't look at whether or not their capability statements and basic materials are ready to send out. And you'd be surprised, Dave, how this can actually make a difference when getting in front of the right person. Also, make sure your NAICS codes and all your DSBS, that your DSBS profile is up to date and up to par. Want to make sure that that if you're bidding on an opportunity, that NAICS code is properly mapped in your profile. Otherwise, guess what? You're not going to be considered for that opportunity. Very important.
Hey, Rafa, if I don't have a good capability statement or I need help with that, is there someone I can go talk to?
Yeah, my organization designs capability statements and we do business to government capabilities marketing, whether it's a business card all the way to billboards and even ebooks, whether it's TV interviews or media interviews, prearranged media interviews, or have you appear on a briefing on any major network like we do every day. We can arrange that, and that's why our firm is a strategic business to government communications firm.
Joking aside, having seen some of the stuff he puts out for his clients, it is truly amazing. Like it looks really good, and not just capability statements, but if you're a GSA e-buy or whatever, a lot of people just publish Excel spreadsheets of this is the stuff we offer. But I've seen him do like catalogs that are really, really alluring. Right? They make you want to buy.
Love it.
Our idea, thank you for that. Our idea is to make you look your best when you are presenting to prospective buyers and or teammates or technical evaluators in the federal supply chain. That's what we do.
Yep. And he's real good at it. So love that. That was a shameless plug all the way around for Ralph, the doctor, the colonel.
Rocking my Panama hat for you.
Yeah, and the Panama hat. You gotta love that. All right, so Nora, you work with Deltec, a lot of intelligence with Deltec, right? We've always done stuff together too.
Yeah.
And Sam Radar is different than Deltec.
Yes, it
although
is.
there's some crossover, and sometimes just like everybody else, sometimes you're beating each other up, and sometimes you're together, right?
We're going to be together.
That's right. We're going to be together. So when any last minute things for what you would do to not miss a September opportunity?
I think that it kind of goes back to what we said earlier about there's no time to develop those relationships. Go after everything and everything right now because it's wild, wild west. I think we're all seeing that. You've got some great folks on this call that can help you with, it'll be a last minute push, but get your business operations in order. Go to Denise B. Lawrence and have her help you with that proposal writing. Go after everything. Go after grants. Go after RFPs. Go after what's coming down in the OTAs. Just go after everything right now because the pursuit game is changing. And sometimes it just helps to get in there and see what's working and not working. Come back to this team, come back to Monday roundtables and exchange that information. And that just becomes a kind of a rich learning and winning environment.
Yep. I love it. I love what Corey says. Bid our buns off.
Yes.
That's it.
Do it. Do it.
I love it. Yes. And so I will say, like I said, 11 months out of the year, all about relationship development, all about cultivating everything you've done. Everything that you've done up to this point, obviously follow up with the people that you've already met or people that you've been engaging with over the year or longer, and bid like crazy. Find the stuff, filter it out, find the stuff that you can win. We're going to talk about a little bit about that today at 1 p.m. So I want to make sure I got my 2 cents in, plus a shameless plug for this. Did everybody see that I'm going to be doing this at 1 p.m.? Did everybody see that? All right, hot seat question number 2. How do you pick your September bid battles? And I'm going to set that up by saying, hey, we've talked about P cards. We're also talking about winning last minute RFPs with Denise B. Lawrence. And we know, and here's the thing. We know for a fact that 15,000 some odd opportunities are going to hit sam.gov. I haven't looked at what's active right now. I'll look at that in an hour and a half with the folks that are there. But take a look at sam.gov. Just look at all the open opportunities. You're going to see about 15,000, maybe more. But if we look at how many were awarded last year, being 140,000 or so, you're looking at about 15,000 that are going to land. So I definitely want to bring everybody awareness to what's happening next. Is that next week? It's next week, right? The 18th.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and then P cards.
Thursday. Mhm.
Right, and you can get that on GovBrief. So Denise, when you think about this right now, how would you advise folks to pick their September bid battles? Because we find it. Let's say we're doing Sam Radar, we find it. We do the scrolling, right? You scroll
Right.
through and say, "Boom! I want to look at this one." You pop it open, and then what?
Well, I quickly look at scope of work just
All right.
to get a general idea, obviously, to see if you have any relationship with the buyer is
Okay.
going to be also important because we can piggyback on that. Due date. And,
Due date, right? That's important.
yeah. But you want to, can you meet it?
Can you
Do
meet the
have
due
past
date?
performance?
That's my fave.
Yeah. So that you can prove that you can meet it. And then it's knocking it out and getting it in and not waiting. Even if it says, today's the 9th, if it says we have to the 15th, but you can turn it in on the 10th, do it on the 10th.
That's right. And so you recommend even if it's a quick turn, doing it even faster?
Even faster.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like
you
that.
want to be at the top of the pile, not the bottom of the pile.
Today I learned.
I see.
Yeah.
Because that's interesting. So you don't.
I like
wait
to say
till
it's like applying for a job, right? You know, it's perfect for you and 2,000 others. So the
Well,
person that gets in.
I always, every time I turn in something like that early, I always, go back over my head and I was like, oh, I should have added that.
start
Oh, I should have added
second
that. Oh, I should have
Yeah.
added that.
Not
At least-
this month, because we talked about this yesterday. It could be, some errors if they didn't get enough or they're on the timeline and they're like, I really got to pull this trigger today. They're going to come back to you and say, can you fix this? Can you fix that? So this is not the time to second guess yourself. And, I do that too. Like, oh man, I should have, if I had just waited, but no.
One more look over and I would have fixed this, right?
Right.
Or how did I misspell my own name?
There's truth to that. So I heard that looking at the SOW, the due date, and the past performance. Past performance is one of my faves for me personally because either you can meet the past performance or not. And a lot of times, if you just dig into that a little bit, you'll see the incumbent or the primary competitor that's got their grubby little fingerprints on the scope of work, right? Just looking at the past performance and whether you can meet it and the timeline. Anybody else want to throw in on how do you pick your September bid battles? What do you think? Peter Timbus just popped in. Peter Timbus with TFN. He helps fund these contracts. You do. Tell them what you do, Peter.
Well, when you're going out looking for opportunities, size matters. Do not let the size of the opportunity scare you away, because our whole premise is we lend to the opportunity. So if you want to go after an opportunity, we're going to be there to support that with access to capital. And the biggest piece is that you're never going to have to worry about payroll on these bigger contracts because we're going to be there to help you fund those payrolls. So we check the box of financial responsibility when it comes to the contracting officer picking you. So we've got unlimited access to capital and we will lend to the opportunity. So if you're $1 million company or a $2 million company, you want to bid on a 10 million opportunity, we'll be there to financially support you.
And
So
what do
my
you
biggest
give? What do
thing-
you give them when you do that?
We'll give you a letter of financial support that you can send to the contracting officer to tell that contracting officer, should they award the piece of business to you, we're going to be there to financially support you, which is
Love
very,
it.
very important
But
when it comes to them giving you that contract.
but Peter, I thought if you win a $10 million contract, they're just going to cut you a check for $10 million when you win it, right?
I've been doing this 35 years. If that happens, it'll be the first time I see it in 35 years.
So your piece is, just so everybody knows, don't be afraid of larger bids because whether or not you can fund it, because Peter can help you do that. And I think that's important because banks don't understand the federal world. That's for sure. So anybody else want to throw in on how you pick your September bid battles? Anybody? I'm gonna throw in. I know Nora pops in and out. I don't know if she's having connection issues. There she comes. I always love. I know.
Muted.
There she is. So Nora, you mentioned earlier you bid. You can't boil the ocean. You can't do 1,000 of them because you only have so many resources, right?
Well, you can outsource.
Mm-hmm.
That's a way to scale capabilities, and sometimes you have to outsource.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say use the tools that you've got available. If it's Sam Radar, if it's something else, but go after a larger number of opportunities than you normally would. Prioritize them, but go after them, and you just kind of know you're gonna have to suck it up for a month and not sleep.
I love it. So what I think one of the biggest reasons to do this goes to this actually the 15,000 opportunities hitting.
Yeah.
What if you're the only one that responds?
Exactly.
Because everybody else has limited resources too, right, Nora?
Mm-hmm. But
so,
I mean, you got to put pedal to the metal.
Yep.
And if they've got limited resources and you're willing to sacrifice a few Friday nights or something like that, then you're right. If you're the only bidder, I mean, it's well worth that effort.
I like it. And I think that you did throw something out that I think is really good. And this actually funnels right to Denise because I don't do RFP writing. If you need help with the last minute bid response, pop in and say you need help with Denise. If you're not sure and you want to talk with Denise, how much do you charge to talk, Denise?
Oh, that is free.
That's free. My favorite 4-letter word.
Yeah.
Free.
Free. All right. So I couldn't agree more that, I agree with you, Rafa, that having your SAM record tight, having your DSBS record tight, having, and that's changed a lot recently.
Yep. It has. And everything needs to be mapped, Dave, right? And everything, you'd be amazed how many people don't look at their records, just like credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at your DSBS and your SAM profile, because guess what? Everything changes. Your past performance section needs to be updated, just like your credit report, right? So you need to refresh all of that with relevant data and map it to the keywords that are tied to those opportunities that you're pursuing. Very important.
Yep. And so, and I also appreciate all the shout outs for Sam Radar, because you do want to see, you can't bid on something you don't see. And that's the whole problem with the rest of the 98%. But even now, if you don't see it in time, you got to get it. So seeing it in time, then doing a triage for what you can respond to. And I love what Nora says. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, I don't agree with just throwing a whole bunch of stuff up against the wall. I don't agree with that. But in September, you can win. And I've won. Has anybody else won on something that you took a shot at? And even if your presentation isn't like 100%, right, Todd? You did a lot of bids. Sometimes you don't have your presentation 100%. If you're the only one that bids, what happens?
The only thing worse than a non-compliant bid is no bids at all.
So, and that's the other part. We're going to talk about coming up. We have the tips for the last 3 weeks. But I just want to encourage people that this time of year, it's all about activity, seeing it, and being able to flip those things around. We're going to be talking about that. I will pull that back up real quick as we're.
Hey, can I just add something while you're doing that? So one of the things that Peter's doing at TFN is we do a lot of email campaigns through his, and so he'll get people that we saw at a conference 5 years ago, but because of his impressions, continually sending emails a month, someone will fund. And so what he's doing and what we're doing is sending out emails to say, T-20, T-10. He's actually getting people to call him and connect with him and get letters of financial support, which he charges for, except for the Friends of ISI and Friends of. Oh
man, we got another freebie.
It's hard to believe.
It is.
So anyway,
he's getting results. Yeah. So if you're using a CRM, it's a good time to reach out, letting people know there's only so much time left, but you're here for them. And you'd be amazed at how many people respond to that, especially if you're doing a concerted, targeted content campaign to the right buyer personas and the right target audience.
We
And
do
if you
that
don't
too.
know that- Exactly.
We send out emails to we're doing that with multiple clients right now. We're sending out emails to say,
Yeah.
hey, and right now it's 3 bullet points because we're a few weeks out. So if you see any of these 3 things, the last couple of weeks we do 1. If you see this, whatever your top is, so figure out what your top seller is, what your top seller service or top seller product is. Send it to them. 3 bullet points right now, 1 bullet point when you get to the end. If you need help with that, if you need buyers and stuff like that, we can help you with that. Let me know. We can run a buyer report and you can start shooting out emails. Either yourself or we can do it. Doesn't matter. All right. So real quick, just join us for the 18th and 23rd if you're interested in P cards or with last minute RFPs. All right, here we go. Tip number 1. See if you guys agree with these and if you would add anything. I haven't adjusted this in 15 years. But so first things first, organize, right? Rafa, organize your team, right? They make sure that when stuff is coming in, a lot of these things are coming in on emails. They may be coming to you directly because you did an RFI or sources saw it. And it's coming in and saying, hey, we want you to bid on this. Orders or bids can come in. Make sure you're forwarding those to multiple accounts because you might be at the dentist or something. And that's a true story that we had one of our reps at the dentist and they missed an opportunity that they wrote.
And Dave, I would actually say that's good. But I think the best thing is to go get even just a 30-day trial. I mean, we got less than 30 days left in September. Go get a 30-day trial of some ticketing platform like Zoho
That's a good idea.
or one of the many ones and just have them. That way you can have everybody looking and people can take ownership of certain opportunities. And they can file those and you can track all the correspondence through there.
Love it. And then you're going to establish a response system, right? So somebody's got to own it, like you said, own it and then respond to it. And then the other part that I always encourage, how many of us are using like Ring Central or some kind of IP phone system?
Right. Yeah.
Is there anybody that's not? Does anybody actually have a phone that's plugged into the wall anymore?
No.
If you do, we need to talk.
Yeah, probably need to have an intervention. So now, if the CO, KO, whatever you want to call him, contracting officer calls, how many times are they going to call?
Who knows?
Once.
Oh, no.
0 or 1.
1. If they're picking up the phone and they call you, they're going to call you 1 time. So make sure you answer it and make sure that that you're responsive to when they call because they won't call again. They'll move on to the next one. One of my favorites, monitor the emails. You see last minute deals coming in at the 11th hour. And the 11th hour goes into the wee hours of the morning, right? And we'll see this happening with small businesses, where they just go after 3 small businesses. They'll go after GSA contract holders. If you have a GSA contract, make sure whatever that number is forwarded as well. And your BPAs, if you have BPAs, that you're paying attention to these because this is another place that they're going to try to figure out how to spend the money. BPAs and IDIQs. Make sense? Everybody understand that? BPA is blanket purchase agreement. IDIQ is indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity. All right? And how about this? What happens if a contracting officer sends you an email and it goes to your junk? How many times are they going to follow up 15 times like you do with them?
No.
No.
No, they're not going to do it. Right?
Yeah.
So-
Hey, Dave, in those last few days, I recommend people have shifts, right? If you have a team, somebody, because we know those deals are happening in the middle of the night, right? So, You can't be up 24 hours. But it's serious. If you know you probably are one of the top few in a bid, you better have folks watching.
I love that.
And you can, I'm putting it in the chat right now, but you can use something like PagerDuty. You know, if you want to forward your phones to something and everyone takes shifts, and it will actually forward it to people's cell phones or whatever the case is.
That's
Right.
great.
Right.
Put that in there. Put that in.
Pager duty.
Okay.
All right, learn something.
And there's other ones. That's just probably the best known one.
If anybody knows what a pager is anymore. There you
When
go.
I was at Raytheon, we still had pagers.
Of course you did.
To go in, so that way we can be contacted in secure areas.
So next up, tip 5, monitor sam.gov and eBuy hourly. Hourly. Can you imagine doing that for 3 weeks? That's why you need Sam Radar to stop dumpster diving for the garbage and let Sam Radar do the work. How about that? You like that?
I like that.
You like that? That's why you need
Here's a
Sam.
dumpster though.
No dumpster. You go to the gold. Huh. I dug that one out of the woodwork too. All right, so here we do. We're gonna watch for the alerts. And this is what the alerts look like on Sam. Now, here's the difference. I'm gonna say something real quick. This is the difference of what it looks like. It's something that just came in a minute ago on Sam Radar versus something that's coming from sam.gov. This came at 3:24 in the morning. And oh, by the way, I have to log in. That's the reason why we push this right now, because you may have as many as 3 postings per minute when you get to the end. Right?
Wow.
You know that the turnarounds are going to shrink, which automatically limits the competition. It limits what you can respond to. It limits what other people can respond to. I also want to point this out. Now, this is a product of ours that we've had for many years, and people are signing up for it. We don't market it because we're 100% dependent on GSA not screwing it up. But it's working. It's been working for years. So if you're interested in this, if you have, anybody got a GSA contract? Any GSA contract? Anybody?
My client, DTI Digital Twin Imaging has a $10 million GSA IDIQ.
So this
Teresa.
is an automated system that monitors GSA eBuy and actually it's the predecessor to Sam Radar. But the cooler thing about this is it actually packages up and puts all the RFP information in attachments. So you don't have to go into eBuy. You can just pop them open and see it, provided they're less than 20 megabyte total. You might have to click to go in if it's 20 megabyte, but most of them aren't. So just want to say it works. We have people that are coming back. They've changed jobs and come back. It's only for GSA schedule holders. You can check it out at quickfuse.com, and that's that. So now, forward your fax number. Can you believe that the government still uses faxes?
Not only do they still use faxes, it's still considered a secure mechanism.
Woo, how about that?
Ooh.
And now with like any one of the Ring Central numbers, you can fax something to, it'll turn it into an email and let you know. Right? So if you're using an IP system, there you go. All right. So then we have the weekend watch, right? So we're coming up on the final weekend. So the 27th and 28th, Saturday and Sunday. And you mentioned it, Denise, shifts, right?
Yes.
Somebody's got to be watching that stuff.
Yes.
Because I guarantee you're going to find contracts that come in on a Friday at, 10 o'clock p.m. that are due on a Saturday or Sunday, 24-hour turnaround. Yep. Literally had that happen. Literally, multiple times. We've won those because we helped get our fingerprints on it, right, Todd? We want to get our fingerprints on the scope. We've been working on things for months. They finally put it out on the 27th at, 11 a.m.?
Yep.
On a Saturday, 24-hour turnaround, due on a Sunday.
Hello. And decision made that night.
And we had our fingerprints on it. They put it out so that they covered their butt. They put it out full and open. Boom, there you go. Can you turn it around? But if you're not, even if you're the one that wrote it, Just make sure you do. There's going to be short fuses and quick turnarounds. They're going to happen.
And especially over the this year, luckily the October 1st on Wednesday, but that means that the 27th and 28th, which is Saturday and Sunday, there's gonna be a lot of activity going on.
Ton of it. Every weekend before. And if it lands, sometimes September 30th lands on the weekend. All right. You mentioned it. This goes right with what you said, Denise, right? Get that redundancy.
Yes.
Add some people, making sure your shifts are working. Now, once you're doing this, you're going to submit your stuff, right, Denise?
Mm-hmm.
Read it at least one time.
How about 3?
Read it over, right?
Yes. Check the boxes. I had
Check the freaking box.
61-page box checking price quote the other day. I'm like, oh, yeah, but it was just.
Yep. You're just running through, right?
Yep.
And sign your standard forms.
Yes.
So many times the call that you get from the contracting officer is, you forgot to sign your form.
Hello.
Right? So make sure you sign your form and check all the boxes. Then we have our last night watch. So Todd, you alluded to this, right? 11th hour is 11th hour in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 11:59. What is going on with my, hold on a second. Pause. It's not 11:29. Hold on. Who wrote this freaking thing? I'm going to fix this real quick. It's 11:59.
Hawaiian time.
Hawaiian time. 11:59 Hawaiian time. Pay no attention to what you saw before.
We didn't see it.
You didn't even see it. It was 59 the whole time. So it's 5:59 Eastern time. Last year, was it last year, Todd?
Yeah, last year.
Somebody come in at 4:26.
I don't remember the time, but it was definitely using Hawaiian time to squeeze out a few more hours.
Yep. So there you go. That's that right there. I want to just thank everybody that was joining me today. Sally White with Echo Wolf Solutions. She is a master networker. If you have not seen her in action, Jay Talbot, you can type in how Sally operates within these places. She does LinkedIn stuff. In fact, I'm going to do a quick shout out to Sally, because Sally's going to be on GovBrief.
Yeah.
You're going to be on GovBrief.
October.
More? Sally White talking about leveraging LinkedIn with federal decision makers. Really important.
Very important. She's
Remember, LinkedIn's
amazing.
free. You get on there, and thanks, Denise. So, yeah, come on up.
So there you go. There's Sally's information. Thank you, Dr. Raphael Colonel, the Kentucky Fried Cuban, as we
with the hat,
right?
With the Panama hat.
That's right.
There's his information right there. You can get in touch with Rafa. I will be on sam.gov today. I do want to ask the people today if they would like. Where's my final thing? STG. I don't know what happened to that. Do you need professional help?
Yes.
we all do.
If you would like professional help with engaging buyers, all the people that are here are there. So tell us what you need. It is 100% Q4. Find those opportunities. Get moving. Get moving. Get moving.
Hello.
And while we're talking about professional help, CMMC, I know we talked about this pre the meeting, but the final rule has come out. It's live, November 10th. No, after that, all defense contracts will have a CMMC requirement.
Yep. In fact, I'm going to call up your final thing. Oh, I thought we were in the final thing. There you go. There's Todd Crane's information. So for those of you who don't know, CMMC is automatically going to be applied to DOD, right? Most of DOD.
Absolutely. Right. We have a date now. It's November 10th.
November 10th. Everybody was thinking December.
It's I was off by a month, but yeah, it's actually the Marine Corps' 250th birthday.
Uh-huh.
And so after that, all DoD contracts will all except for COTS and microtransactions, all DoD contracts will require everybody in the entire chain to be successfully audited under CMMC before award.
So for those of you who want to see it, actually, Todd just put it in there. It looks like this.
That it is being posted to the Federal Register tomorrow. So if you want to go comment on it, please do.
Love it.
I always find those comments entertaining.
Love it.
You
And
get
we have-
everything from legit questions to tinfoil hat people, and it's great.
Love it. I also want to thank Denise B. Lawrence for being here. She helps folks with for-profit grants. If you don't know what those are, that means you, as a business, can compete for grants and get awarded grants, which will save you money. That it's like a loan that you don't have to repay, which is one of my favorite things.
Yes,
That's
free money,
free
free
money.
money.
And she also helps with RFPs, and we'll talk about that on the 18th with you at 1 p.m. with last-minute RFPs. I'll do the P card thing. We also have FPDS fundamentals, bid award protests, and leveraging. There you are. I know you were in here somewhere, Sally. We already did you guys. Todd Crane, I just popped your stuff up. Peter Timbus, thank you for joining us. If you need funding, hit that QR code. It's legit. It's not going to take some kind of weirdo place, right, Peter?
That's it.
Today, we didn't have Brian Hebel with us. He's a former contracting officer with CMS for 32 years. 34 years of service. He's written books. If you need help with the FAR and things like that, there's going to be a lot of activity coming out. And then did I miss anybody? Nora. I don't have Nora's updated thing. She just joined Deltec the other day. So
She put her information in the chat though earlier.
Fantastic. All right. That's
Super easy.
awesome.
My first name at deltec.com.
There you go. Nora at Deltec. I love it. There's no other Noras at Deltec, obviously.
There's no other Noras in the world, Dave.
None that matter anyway, right?
I love it. So I will say this. We'll be back at this. It all starts back over October 1st. And I usually have a slide here. I thought it was in here. We have Thursdays is a very emotional day for a lot of folks. September 11th, go and hug a first responder. Everybody agree with that?
Yes, yes.
The people that run into buildings where we're running out. So we appreciate those folks. And then if you'd like to join me today, sam.gov tutorial will be, you can find that at govbrief.us. And we did it. We're out of here. Appreciate you guys joining us today. And then come back next month. We're going to come back with all the success stories that happen. Does that sound good?
Absolutely. Yes, I love this team. Bye,
All
y'all.
right, guys. See you guys. Have a great rest of the month. And we will talk to you in the Happy New Year.
Hey.